Everyone, back tuning into the verification video for the summer of 2015. We're going to analyse the forecast, see how it fared in terms of what actually happened for the summer. Whenever we issue these longer range forecasts, I think it's important that we come back after the event as forecasters and see what happened, good or bad, and sort of try and explain a little bit what went wrong, if indeed it did go a bit wrong. So we'll be doing that in a second, but before I get on with that, just quickly to mention the ads at gavsweathervids.com. There are links to articles on most of the pages at website. If you have a browser widget, you'll be helping to pave the website, and thanks very much for doing that. So we're going to start off with temperature anomalies, and then we'll have a look at rainfall anomalies. The summer 2015 forecast essentially went for a warmer than average summer, with temperature anomalies perhaps coming out as much as 1 degree above average, with near normal rainfall. Now, it was interesting actually because the long range model sort of suggested quite a cool summer. There's all going cool. I'm sure you remember this, the final update that we did in May. There was a consensus amongst the models which was for a cooler than average summer with sort of average rainfall. Now, what I did, I sort of went a little bit against those longer range ones. I sort of increased the temperatures up to around 1 degree above average. I thought it'd be quite a lot of thunder this summer. So, although anomalies will come out around average, it would mask a lot of variation from region to region with quite a lot of thunderstorm activity. Well, this is the temperature anomaly, how it actually ended up, set against the old 61 to 1990 average. You can see that set against 61 to 1990, most parts actually came out near normal in these white colours. It was a warmer than average summer by around half a degree to 1 degree above average in the far southeast, across eastern counties, East Midlands, East Anglia, southeastern England. We did get quite a warmish temperature anomaly there, but most parts actually came out with near normal temperatures set against 61 to 1990, a little bit cooler than average in the far northwest. If we was to set it against a more modern average, a warmer average, this is the anomaly for 81 to 2010, and this is perhaps a little bit more relevant in terms of the weather for where we are in 2015, because this encompasses sort of all of the warming that took place after the 1960s and 1970s, when we had that big warming trend through the 1980s and the 1990s. So set against a warmer, more modern average, actually it was a very cool summer in the north, with temperature anomalies across Scotland and Northern Ireland, up to 1 to 1.5 degrees cooler than average. Most western parts of the country coming out up to 1 degree cooler than average. In the east, we're sort of near normal, but nowhere really above average. So I think we can say that the temperature side of the forecast was pretty disappointing. Really, I should have probably stuck with what the models were showing this time. It seems they had it right, which was for average sort of cool temperatures. So I think the summer forecast in terms of the temperatures was a bit of a bust. Having a look at the rainfall anomalies, well, again, it just shows what a poor summer it was for Scotland. Very wet summer across many parts of Scotland, but we do see a lot of regional variation here. So, for instance, in the south, along the south coast, it was a wet summer. But to the north of London, through the Midlands, parts of northwest England, it was actually drier than average summer. Again, this is set against 61 to 1990. So that side of things, perhaps a little bit better. Wasn't particularly a thundery summer, I don't think, but a lot of variation there from region to region, as I'm sure you can see. So maybe that side of the forecast was a little bit better. This is set against 81 to 2010. And again, it's the same story. You see it was quite a wet summer along the south coast. Very wet summer across Scotland. In between, parts of Northern England wetter than average. Parts of South Wales wetter than average. Parts of North Wales drier than average. Midlands drier than average. Lincolnshire drier than average. East Anglia a bit wetter than average. So tremendous amounts of regional variation this summer. I can't quite explain what happened there, because it wasn't a particularly thundery summer, or I didn't think it was, but of course I'm in one of those drier areas, so maybe it's just that I missed all the thunderstorms. But actually getting back to the summer forecast, I don't think it was a terribly good one from GazWeather.com. I'm going to apologise for that, but these things do happen. As I always explain, long-range forecasting, seasonal forecasting is highly experimental, and it isn't really to be relied upon. But there we go. We issued the forecast. It was for a warmer than average summer. Actually, it was near normal in terms of the temperatures and cooler than average in the north and west. And we did see a lot of regional variation with the rainfall. Some places had quite a wet summer. Some places did come out drier than average. I think overall we'll think of summer 2015 as being a pretty mediocre one. We only really had one major push of heat. That was around the start of July. Other than that, I think overall it'll be one to forget. Actually, it won't really stand out for anything, probably. It won't stand out as being particularly cold. It probably won't stand out being particularly warm, except away from Scotland and Northern Ireland, where, as we've seen from these stats, it was a very, very grim summer up there. So that's it. Sorry, but the forecast didn't pan out, but there we go. These things happen. I should have stuck with the long-range models this time. We're on to the autumn and winter forecast now, so we'll verify the autumn forecast when we get started of December, and that's around when we'll be issuing the winter forecast as well. That's it then. That closes the book on summer 2015 once and for all, I think. That's all for now. Thanks for watching.